When I think of potential, I think of a matchstick. When a matchstick reaches its potential, it releases a flame that ignites everything around it. 2018 brings new potential for you and your life at Itawamba Community College, where you are each empowered to do great things. You can be better, accomplish more, and live a life that is above the bar. Your potential is here.
Quarter-pound junior double cheeseburger with crispy golden tots for just $2.99.
Makes me kind of want to do a double take.
Double the beef.
Double the cheese.
Double the smiles.
Oh, yeah.
For a limited time, get a quarter-pound junior double cheeseburger and tots for just $2.99. This is how you Sonic.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being presented by the ICC Alumni Association, the Bank of Okolona, the ICC BSU, Choice Pond with locations in Tupelo and Fulton, Buddy Long and the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Food Giant, the ICC Foundation, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, Little Caesars, Renaissance Bank, Sonic, and the ICC Wesley Foundation. And good afternoon, everyone. I'm ICC Sports Information Director Adam Gore, and this is another edition of Live with the Tribe here on Let'sGoICCTV.com, the Red Channel. We do want to thank you for tuning in again here on this Monday afternoon. Well, before we get jumping the show, we do want to say a big congratulations to the world's strongest man, our very own Ray Williams, who went up and, like he said, was planning to show out in the at the Arnold Classic this weekend in Ohio. Well, he did just that. Ray set another unofficial world record and an American record by squatting 1,069 pounds on his third attempt. Now, not only was that a world record, or unofficial world record, I should say, and an American record, but it was also the heaviest lift ever attempted in an IPF-sanctioned meet. So congratulations to Ray Williams. We were able to get some footage offline, or online, I should say, of the lift. So we're going to take a look at some of that footage now.
To be at an IPF championship event. It'd be unofficial world record, but American record.
Ray Williams is ready. I mean, we can hear him through the screen over here, through headphones. He's going to get the crowd behind him, and we'll see what happens.
This will be the biggest raw squat
of all time in the USAPL.
Yes.
1,069 pounds, ladies and gentlemen.
This is what everybody came to see.
Yes.
Big Ray put on a show.
This is the Ray Williams show here. I mean, Optimus Prime doing what he does best, getting that crowd behind him, and he's ready to go. He's ready to squat. Walks it out. Again, looks like about one plate on the bar when he walks it out. Gets the command. And he drives it. And
to completion.
Let's see what the referees say.
Good lift. Good lift.
1,069 pounds,
incredible.
ladies and gentlemen. Raw.
Amazing.
That right there is, you just witnessed history.
Right there.
That's USA powerlifting at its best. Ray Williams, the largest raw squatter of all time in our federation.
And that was just impressive. I mean, you look at it, and you can tell Ray was jacked on that. We hope to be able to talk to Ray a little bit later on this week and maybe just get a little special edition of an interview on his performance and how he felt up there in Columbus, Ohio at the Arnold Sports Festival this past weekend. Now, we want to take you to an interview we were able to shoot earlier last week as Raphael Henry had a chance to sit down with ICC Bass Fishing Team sponsor Jason Campbell on this week's edition of Live with the Tribe.
I'm here with Jason Campbell, the man, the myth, the legend. One thing about your name is that you are famous for football, right?
Auburn football, that's right.
Well, we're here with Jason Campbell, who is the advisor of the fishing club. So, Jason, just tell us a little bit about what you do with the fishing club.
Well, I am, like you just said, the faculty advisor, Raphael, and I do a lot of things. Wear lots of different hats. I get hotel rooms, schedule the tournaments and make sure the guys are where they need to be. Make sure they're registered for their tournaments and things like that. And then I'm at every single tournament with the guys just to not really tell them exactly where to go, but give them some hints and make sure that they're there safely and back safely. And that's pretty much my role.
Okay. For people that don't know exactly what the fishing club is here at ICC, we kind of jumped into it a little bit. Just tell them a little bit about what it all entails.
Well, way back in 2015, fall of 2015, I had a couple guys come to me and said that they wanted to start a fishing team. And we went to the vice president and the president here at the college at the time and just talked to them and just said, hey, we want to start this fishing club. And it has just evolved from there. We have just grown tremendously. We have somewhere right now, we got 3 teams in our club with a total of 6 guys. And then myself that travel around the southeastern United States. We have gone from basically from Florida all the way up to as far as Oklahoma in our 3 years of existence. So we have traveled around and just competing against not just other community colleges, but against other universities, colleges and universities, like for instance Mississippi State. We mentioned Auburn. Auburn has won a national championship in bass fishing, and we compete against those guys. And it's just a neat experience that I would just invite any guy or gal that would love to come out and participate to come and join our bass club.
Do you have to have a boat or what type of things do you have to have to?
Absolutely, a boat is definitely necessary. We don't fish from the bank. Yes, you have to have a boat, but I have some guys in our club that don't have boats, and I try to pair them with those that do. But to be a part of the club, yes, it's pretty important to have a boat. And there's certain regulations, but pretty much any type of bass boat will be fine.
Okay. So if you're out there and you're out there fishing, what's your role as the advisor for the team? Just, I know you say you can't give them pointers and things like that, so you just have to sit there and, it's kind of like a coaching role, right?
It is a kind of a cultural role, and I get to be around some other great coaches that are bass fishing coaches from around the southeastern United States. And we just talk fishing and just hang out during the tournaments and go eat breakfast together or lunch or something like that. But during the tournaments, I don't get on the water with the guys. I feel like if I get on the water with the guys, somebody may accuse me of holding a spot for them. So I don't even get in a boat. I go to all these places, these great lakes in the southeastern United States, and I just stand on the bank.
So what are some of the tournaments that you guys have been involved in some of the places, I guess some of your awards and things that you have had?
Well, believe it or not, our very first year that we started the Bass Club, our first 2 tournaments, Raphael, that we competed in, we won both the tournaments. Wow. We won the BASS. Let me go back. We're actually in 3 different organizations. There's BASS, which is Bass Anglers Sportsman Society. There's FLW, Fishing League Worldwide. And then we're also involved in what's called the Association of Collegiate Anglers, ACA. And we go around, again, to their different venues of, again, we just finished up a tournament on Lake Seminole, which is on the Bainbridge, Georgia, on the Florida-Georgia line right there. We just finished that up a couple weeks ago, and I had 3 teams that went down there. I had 2 teams that didn't do so well. They zeroed, but I had 1 team that finished 12th in the tournament out of 188 boats. So that's pretty awesome. Yes. Now with that, they qualified for the 2019 FLW National Championship.
Okay. So how do you zero? I guess I heard the other thing that you had somebody qualify, but you hearing zero. What's the point of not? Being able to zero.
Right, and that's with a lot of lakes we go to. They have certain size limits. Like for instance, on Pickwick Lake that we'll be attending this year, you have to have a fish that's 15 inches long. Okay. So some of the guys may have caught a lot of fish, but they weren't exactly 15 inches or above.
Gotcha. So, what type of bait? Maybe I was thinking like, well, if they zeroed, maybe they didn't have the right bait. What type of bait is maybe a good bait, or is that a secret that you wouldn't be able to share with?
No, bass fishing, we come to find out there's not a lot of secrets involved in bass fishing. A lot of it is a lot of biology, and that's what I do in my spare time is teach biology.
Gotcha.
But there's a lot of science goes into it, and like right now, for instance, a lot of fish are shallow. Being springtime, they're going to be shallow. So my favorite baits this time of year would be like a spinner bait or a Texas rig worm or something like that I like to throw. That's pretty much it. It's basically the same thing. You go to every tournament, they're going to be doing pretty much the same. You understand what I'm saying? Same techniques will be implemented in wherever you go in the country.
Right. What are some of the tournaments that you have coming up for you guys that are I guess, if somebody wanted to come out and see, or do y'all have fans that kind of are there watching?
We do. There's a lot of spectators, and most of the spectators are parents, grandparents, those types of things. But like I said, we got some tournaments coming up. Our next tournament will be not until April the 6th and 7th. We'll actually be on Columbus Lake and down in Columbus, Mississippi. And that will be our closest one here to home. And then from there, we go to Pickwick Lake, which will be April the 19th through the 21st. But it will be in Florence, Alabama is where we're going from. So those are the two closest here to home. And we would love for people to come out and support the guys. There's not much you can do except be there for blast off there at daylight, and then also weigh-in time. It's usually around 3 o'clock for most tournaments, but that's what we got coming up pretty soon. We'll be going to other places as well, maybe Kentucky Lake, which is in Paris, Tennessee. We'll be going there, and off the top of my head, Raphael, you caught me off a little. I'm trying to think, but those are the ones we got coming up soon, anyway.
Okay. Just tell us a little bit about how the fishing team is sponsored. I know you guys have some sponsors, but
Yes.
Tell us a little bit of how they're about your sponsors. Talk about them a little bit, as well as if anybody wanted to help out and just wanted to help sponsor you guys a little.
That's the thing. We could not make it without our great sponsors we have. The first one I want to thank is Midway Marine. Midway Marine here, just right outside of Fulton, there at the Peppertown exit on exit 101 on I-22.
Oh man, I see their place like every day. I want to just stop by there. Like, can I borrow a boat?
Exactly. And go and talk to the guy and Aaron Connor. They're the owners, and Jesse Holcomb there. They'll help you out for sure. Just go and talk to them. Just great people. But they're a big sponsor of ours. Just help us out. We got a rod company that actually called Hammer Rods.
Okay.
Hammer Rods was actually, they're in Guntown, Mississippi is their home location, and that is their home. I go there several times to speak with them, the owners. But their son, Ty Cox, actually helped start the fishing club here at ICC. So I'm going to keep the ties with the Cox family and Hammer Rods. They're great people to be with. Now, you was talking about baits a while ago. We have Strike King Lures out of Carville, Tennessee.
Okay.
If you're a fisherman, you've heard of Strike King.
Yeah.
They have some great baits. They help us out tremendously. When I was a kid, I'll tell you the story. When I was a kid, one of the first things I wanted to do when I graduated high school, I went to Strike King, and I asked them for a job. It didn't turn out too well, but I tried.
Gotcha.
So Strike King is a great sponsor of ours. We also have some local sponsors that help us out. One of my local sponsors is the Meadows here in Fulton.
Okay.
It's a retirement facility, but I know the owner, Mr. James Holland, Jim Holland, and they're great people. They help us out. And there's other great sponsors. All Red Heating and Cooling, Donald All Red Heating and Cooling. I've got Auto Air Electric there in Tupelo. We've got Rowan Dentistry there in New Albany. Clay's Bait and Tackle in Tupelo.
Great place. I go by there a lot.
Clay, if you don't like bait, you can always get barbecue.
But I was going to say, yes, sir. Yes, sir, Clay. Yes.
He's got some good barbecue.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
And Candlewood Sweets. And Mr. Jimmy Taylor. Jimmy Taylor actually played football here at ICC way back when Mr. Eaton was the coach.
Okay.
And Mr. Jimmy Taylor actually lives in the Atlanta, Georgia area. But he knew that I had started the fishing team and he wanted to help out. And so
Good.
Mr. Taylor, actually, Jimmy works for, he started the brand Candlewood Sweets.
Okay, yeah, I know that.
So that's why we put that on our jerseys, is for Jimmy Taylor, a former alumni of ICC.
Gotcha.
Just like I said, we could not make it. Just if you would like, people want to be a sponsor, it's $300 to get on our jersey, and we put their company logo on there, and just proudly support them as much as possible. But that's as little as it costs. It's $300, and we're walking billboard wherever we go.
Right.
Also, Frank's Battery there in Tupelo. They're great people. Mr. Doug Uzell and his daughter actually attends ICC here right now, and Miss Beth, and they're just great people. And that's what I try to build good relationships with people. And not to mention Mountain Dew. I got a good friend, Mr. Ed Houston, over there at Mountain Dew or Pepsi there in Tupelo. He's a good friend of mine, and he gives all the guys drinks and stuff, helps us out as we travel around. So I'm sure there's others that I have forgotten, and hopefully they'll forgive me for it.
Gotcha.
But again, we couldn't make it without our great sponsors.
Well, talking about the sponsors and the billboard, you was about to mention about that first year.
Yes.
I mean, you guys are on ESPN.
That's right.
You're winning a lot of awards and things like that. I mean, we can't not have this show today without you just kind of talking about, the start of this, and then being able to see yourself on ESPN and seeing these guys do great things, and just us being Itawamba Community College. Just talk about that a little bit.
That was an awesome experience. We when we was on ESPN, we had actually won the very first tournament that we won was the BASS Southern Regional back in, again, it was the spring of 2016. It was Russ Johnson and Hunter Schrock, are two guys that actually won. But yes, as ESPN was filming, and we were able to be on there, and boy, I kind of got a little emotional, Raphael. I'm not gonna lie, winning that first tournament. But that was great. Great feeling, great accomplishment for these guys. I know these guys worked hard to get the club started, and that was just a satisfaction, of, hey, we're doing something. We're doing something different here at ICC that will get more students involved here on campus, and that's what we wanted to do. Because not everybody, Raphael, can play football or basketball or baseball or any of those sports that we look towards watching on TV a lot of times. But some of these guys like to bass fish, and that was just an awesome feeling. We're also on a lot of times on the Pursuit Channel or NBC Sports Network. A lot of times you'll find us on some of those fishing shows as well.
Awesome. So if any young person that's watching us wanted to maybe be a part of the Bass Fishing Club, or looking, to pursue this a little bit, just talk about or give them some information about where they can find out about it and who they need to contact.
They need to contact me. They can contact me at my email address is jwcampbell@iccms.edu. They're more than welcome to call me at 662-862-8357. Be glad to answer the phone calls, emails, whatever, and any questions they have. Be glad to have them.
Okay. And before we go, I know you guys got, we talked about some of the things that are coming up, but some of the things, just talk about the other high school tournament that you guys are having here in town.
Absolutely. April the 28th, we'll be hosting a high school fishing tournament. Now, it's not just high school. I open it up to 6th through 12th grade students. And they don't have to be affiliated with any organization. They can just be kids that just want to come fishing on Saturday. But they have to be partners. They need to be partnered up. But it's going to be a $30 entry fee for that. And we'll be going out of Beaver Lake, which is on the waterway. You've got the Fulton Lock, and then the lock north of Fulton is Beaver, is what we call it, or Lot D, whatever. And we'll be going there at daylight and blasting off. And we will then have weigh-in on the square in Fulton, downtown Fulton. They're close to Trustmark Bank, I think is our location. And we will be in conjunction with the Fulton Chamber of Commerce and the Barbecues Blues Bluegrass Festival. I believe they're having there on downtown that weekend.
Okay. So get to have a little barbecue, a little bit of bluegrass, and go out early in the morning and catch a couple of bass, and
That's
come
right.
back and see if you can win. Any prizes or anything?
Oh, yes. We have had, again, some great sponsors that come on board to help us with that. First place is $500.
Wow.
Second place is $400. Third place is $300. Fourth place is $200, and fifth place is $100 for those anglers. So that's going to be a big payout for some kids.
Oh yeah. So if you got your fishing pole, not a fishing reel, but a fishing pole, and a little bit of fishing secrets that we've talked about here, you can get out there and catch you something and win some prizes. For Jason and myself, that's all we have here.
And once again, we do want to say a special thank you to Jason Campbell for taking time to talk about us and tell us more about the ICC bass fishing team here at ICC. Of course, if you want to find out more information, keep up with how they do, like them on Facebook, Itawamba Community College Bass Fishing Team. I know they had a big-time meet this past weekend as well. So, yeah, we wish them the best of luck and continued luck throughout the rest of the season. When we come back with Live with the Tribe, we're going to take and learn more about ICC men's basketball player Joseph Jones right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com, the Red Channel.
Ever since you got that license, you've been on the move. We get it. With Student Checking, we have the tools to keep you going. Take care of that check from grandma without stopping at the bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And we'll even pay you back for ATM fees. So keep on going, and we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
At Food Giant, serving you is our #1 priority. We offer the freshest produce, highest quality meats, tasty baked goods, and the best meats and cheeses in our deli department. At Food Giant, you'll always find a staff member eager to help you find exactly what you need. Freshness, variety, value. Shop Food Giant today with several locations in North Mississippi.
Helen, don't you know Little Caesars has the extra most asbestos for $6?
$6? I gotta sit down.
Yeah, it has the most cheese and pepperoni for the nation's best price.
Most cheese and most pepperoni? I gotta sit all the way down.
Get the most cheese and most pepperoni for the nation's best price. Little Caesars large $6 extra most bestest.
Pizza.
Best tailgate, brisket.
No, real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Burgers.
7-layer dip.
Hummus.
What?
You need a hot grill.
And an ice-cold Coke.
It's got to be cold.
It's Tailgate 101.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being presented by the ICC Alumni Association, the Bank of Okolona, the ICC BSU, Choice Pond with locations in Tupelo and Fulton, Buddy Long and the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Food Giant, the ICC Foundation, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, Little Caesars, Renaissance Bank, Sonic, and the ICC Wesley Foundation.
I'm Joseph Jones from Tupelo, Mississippi. I'm with the ICC men's basketball team. People call me Joe, JoJo, or JJ. Funnest person on the basketball team. It's a lot. I have to say, Scooter. Coach Frey, what's on Coach Frey do? I don't think I know. Guys! That's it. Nah, Coach Boson. If you don't read the board, you're an idiot. That's something that sticks with us all every day. No one's really late for practice. We all good when it comes to practice because we don't want to do no extra running. My funniest memory of being on the ICC basketball team. All right, it was going into halftime, and Greg said, "Coach, can I pray?" So everybody got down on one knee and started the Lord's Prayer, but he didn't do it. He said, "Lord," and everybody just laughs, even if you bring it up now. It's just funny. It always sticks with us forever. I just chose ICC. It was close at home, and then it's really just because I redshirted my first year, so it was it was a next step for me in the right direction. So, and I like making that decision is the best thing I've ever done, especially in the place I am now. You gonna like it. The teachers are great, everything's great, the environment, just being here, just being on campus is fun. You just gotta come, gotta check it out. The memory that you always, that stick for you for everyone. Summer, just not coming. We just all got together and just played hide and go seek. We was like, we didn't know we were still childish, but we just had a fun time. If I'm not playing basketball, probably listen to music, sing it a little, do a little, ooh. But nah, I play the game. I like drawing a lot. I just like just being active, really.
And that's going to do it for this week's edition of Live with the Tribe. If you're just now joining us, or you may have missed a segment of the show, remember, all of our shows will be archived on our YouTube channel. All you got to do is go search Let's Go ICC on YouTube. We'll also link it on Twitter at Let's Go ICC, Instagram, Snapchat, all of that. You can just search Let's Go ICC. Don't forget to visit letsgoicc.com for all the schedules of this week's events coming up. We didn't do what's coming up at ICC this week because there's a lot of rain forecast for today. Possibly could change the schedule for the rest of the week. So for Raphael Henry, Lee Adams, I'm Adam Gore. We'll see you next time, folks, here on Live with the Tribe.
Today, you are connected more than ever. Your friends, your family, your life. Having a partner that understands banking is what you do on your time, anywhere you like. It's about being connected, which is easy with convenient locations in your community. Understanding that sometimes you need to speak to real people with real answers. Banking partners with the services you desire, who understand how you want to bank. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being presented by the ICC Alumni Association, the Bank of Okolona, the ICC BSU, Choice Pond with locations in Tupelo and Fulton, Buddy Long and the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Food Giant, the ICC Foundation, your Etowah County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox, Little Caesars, Renaissance Bank, Sonic, and the ICC Wesley Foundation.